Hey, what's up my peeps and peepettes? This is your King Red is Power here at the reviewing station for the video review that I've long anticipated, and I'm sure you've been waiting for this for a while now. It is finally February 15th, so that means it is officially the street date for the Toys R Us exclusive 6-inch Legacy Power Rangers based off of the upcoming Power Rangers movie, which I so am looking forward to watching and reviewing in time. So, with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the first figure to arrive here, which is Jason the Red Ranger. So, before we take a look at the action figure in hand, let's put him aside for a moment as partake of every single video review when I can and how I can. Here is the packaging. Wow, that was totally off of frame. But anyway, let's bring this up so we can get a good look at everything that's going on here. And you will notice that it is your standard Power Rangers Legacy 6-inch action figure packaging. Not much to really go through, but since this is going to be quite the comparisons between the New York Comic-Con exclusive, which I'll bring it in here, let's go ahead and take a look at the differences. First and foremost, yes, this is a slick cover. I'll go ahead and take that off. We really don't need to see that. We need to see the differences between the packaging. So, we got a different picture profile of Jason the Red Ranger. Here's a side profile on the New York Comic-Con exclusive packaging. And here is your in front, right in your face, Red Ranger picture on the official release. So as you can see here, it says limited edition. Here it doesn't say anything at all except the exclusive power coin included. Here it says Legacy Collection Red Ranger on the retail release. Of course, by that I mean Toys R Us exclusive, but you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to say that a lot. So anyway, on this side here with the New York Comic-Con release, we got Legacy Collection Movie Red Ranger. So, you have that. But outside of that, everything else seems to be is about identical as it can come, except for the age range. Here on the retail release it says ages 4 and up. On here for the New York Comic-Con release it says 15 and up. And then another obvious key point is that this is a part of the Build a Megazord series, so that's the retail release. The New York Comic-Con does not have that. Again, it has the exclusive power coin, which we'll get to. So anyway, that's it for the front of these packagings. Onto the back. And about the time of the release for this figure here at the convention, you would have Series 1 action figures popping up in retail, so it's promoting that. And on this side here, it's just promoting the movie Rangers with their Build a Megazord, which actually says collect the team and build the Megazord. So they got that right. On the convention exclusive, we have a nice look at both Build a Megazords from Series 1 and Series 2, and I guess Series 3. So there's Dino Megazord completely built, and there's the Storm Megazord from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And the figures being promoted on the retail release for the movie line is Jason the Red Ranger, Kimberly the Pink Ranger, Billy the Blue Ranger, Trini the Yellow Ranger, Zack the Black Ranger, and Alpha 5. A weird choice, but hey, what do I know? So anyway, before we get to the Red Ranger, which I got here on the screen again, let's go ahead and take a look at some of his accessories that he does come with, because he actually does come with something, unlike his counterparts from this series. So here we have the Build a Megazord piece for the Megazord from the movie. Looks pretty good. Not much to really go through here. It's basically just the left arm for the Megazord. Nicely sculpted. Very much in rich detail. Paint job on it's pretty crisp and clean. There might be a little bit of a scuff there on the, I'm guessing the window for the cockpit. But, whatever. Nice wrist gauntlet blaster there. And that's about it. I mean, you got your you got your single elbow joint. And that's about it. Everything else consists at the shoulders. There's no wrist swivel whatsoever. That's kind of a letdown, but whatever. I wasn't expecting much to come out of this. And the last thing that the Red Ranger comes with is actually his power sword. So yes, he is the official Ranger to have an official weapon from the official toy line from the official movie. I mean, yeah, it's no different from the New York Comic-Con release. As a matter of fact, minus the fact that this is a brighter red and this is just a little toned down reddish color. I mean, you really can't tell the difference from far away. It is exactly identical as the New York Comic-Con release, minus the fact that this red here is just a little brighter than this one. So, there you have that. Not much else to really say there. And of course, like all weapons, the Red Ranger can actually hold it just fine. As you can see, no problem whatsoever. So, there's that. Key difference between the New York Comic Con and the retail release is that the Red Ranger from the New York Comic Con comes with an exclusive power coin, as it was promoted throughout the packaging. It's still a nice coin, even though I still don't have the power morpher, so I don't know what it does. Okay, so now let's take a look at the comparisons between the retail release and the New York Comic Con release, which is here on the right. The retail release is on the left here. And basically, the only real difference going on here is that the shimmery effect and the translucent plastic is now gone a solid color, and the shimmery effect is completely gone. But it's still got that nice glossy effect, so it totally makes up for that. Paint job is basically similar. I mean, there's not much going on here from the difference between these two. All the silver is here as it is on the New York Comic Con release. There doesn't seem to be a skip a beat. If any paint applications from the New York Comic Con, it's all there, even on the back. Those blue diamonds going down the spine, it's there. The helmet, completely painted on both of them, still there. There's like no lack of a paint job from comparisons between these two, so not much to really say there. Sadly, this isn't going to be a long video review because this figure is basically as similar as it can come from the actual Comic-Con release. But I will say, there is one little bit of improvement that I do appreciate from Bandai of America. I mean, this was something that was totally needed, and that is that the joints from being loose on the New York Comic Con release have been tightened up. So you do have your, your swivel joint for up and down movement here at the head, and then you got your swivel there. You got nice ratcheting ball joints here for the shoulders. They do go all the way around. There is the double jointed elbows. There's ball jointed wrists, of course, so I mean it's definitely on par with SH Figuarts right there. Sadly though, I was afraid of this. Coming from the New York Comic Con mold, yes, there is no bicep swivel. Womp, 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 womp. Anyway, back to the articulation. We do have a nice ab crunch with this much back, this much forward, which, totally being honest here, it's not really much at all. You do have your swivel cut at the waist. You got a ball joint for the legs going up about this much, back to normal stance, and then you got your split for inward and outward, which is very nice. You got a thigh swivel there, double jointed knees, and then you got your hinge joint for up and down movement at the feet, and then of course there's the ankle rocker pivot, which doesn't work as good as SH Figuarts, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Alright, so even if the male Ranger figures of this line don't have bicep swivel, you can still get them in a pretty good legit pose here and there. And, really, in all honesty, if you actually have the New York Comic Con, you can definitely up the Red Ranger by one more stance with the fact that you can actually take his power sword and have him wield that as well. So now he's got dual power swords, which looks freaking awesome. As a matter of fact, you could even say it looks more phenomenal. So my overall thoughts and opinions on this Red Ranger figure is that he's as basic as they come, but I will say for what it has to offer, which, I'm quite surprised that he even came with a power sword, to be honest here, but the fact that he does come with that really makes him one of the better figures of this line. And in all honesty, when it really comes down to it, for 20 bucks, I still say this line has room for improvement. I like this line, I really do. I just wish I could love it, but I just can't at this time. But with that said, I'm not going to default this line by one figure. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that I still recommend these figures, at least for the Red Ranger at this point, because I haven't reviewed the others. They haven't arrived just yet, but when they do, I'll be back for more. So with that said, questions and comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video review. If you like today's video review, hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see other figures from this line, and more video reviews just like the one you're seeing here today, or concise video reviews, which I'll be working on this guy very shortly for that said short video review. With that said, that's enough. This is your King Redis Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.